In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use your keyboard and mouse efficiently, set up keybinds, and give a brief example of a setup that will allow you the most efficient use of your spells and abilities. We will start with the mouse. This video assumes that you have a mouse with at least 3 buttons, although the more your mouse has, the better keybinding setup you will have. First, you will need to open your mouse and keyboard configuration. You can do this by clicking Options at the character selection screen, then clicking Configure Keyboard under the Controls section. You can also access your mouse and keyboard configuration by typing /keyboard in-game. Under the Movement section, confirm that you have your Move Forward key as W as well as left plus right mouse, Move Backwards as S, and one of your run lock keys set to a mouse button. In the camera section under mouse look, confirm that you have your key set to right mouse. If you use voice communication programs like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, it is also useful to have your push to talk key as a mouse button. If you have thumb buttons on your mouse, it's useful to have Move Backwards key as one of them, particularly if you primarily play melee characters. For your keyboard, you should have your most important styles, spells, and abilities as the first 5 buttons on your default, Alt, and Control hotbars. You can go as high as 7 buttons, but if you have average or smaller hands, stick to the first 5. For common actions like auto run, stick, dive, jump, surface, and toggle combat, it's a good idea to have these functions configured to keys that are to the left of the number 6 on your keyboard. Next, we'll talk about quick binds, also known as keybinds. Using keybinds will allow you to use keys that are within your 5-button range that can be reached by your left hand with ease without using your right hand and without having to look at the keyboard. Generally, these buttons include all the letters to the left of T, G, V, and include tilde and the keys F1 through F4. To keybind an ability, first choose the hotbar and the page of the hotbar you would like to put the ability. The page of the hotbar does not need to be selected for the quick bind ability to be used. In this example, I will be using page 10 of the default hotbar. If you would like to use hotbars or other pages, refer to the information presented to you when you type /keybind in-game. Typing /keybind will also list your current keybinds as well as notify you of any errors in your keybinds if there are any. So for example, if I wanted my Scald's movement enhancement, seen right here, and it's right here on the 10th slot of the 10th page of the default hotbar, say I want it bound to F1, I would type /keybind 10 space 10 and then enter, and then it prompts me to use the key that I want, so I'll hit F1. Say I change my mind and want to make it F2 instead. I would type the same thing, /keybind 10 space 10, and then enter again, and then I would hit F2. Now let's say I change my mind again and I don't want to use F1 or F2. In fact, I don't want them to be bound to anything. I would type /q unbind, then 10, and then 10, and then enter, and now it's not being used at all. Keep in mind that it is very important that if you want to be efficient in your actions, you need to use your left hand for your abilities, and forward and backward, and your right hand for panning, targeting, turning, and if actively using your left hand for abilities, maybe forward and backwards as well. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, send them to Saxona on postcount, or if you want a more immediate response, and possibly a more knowledgeable response, make a post on the UAN board on postcount. Thanks.